Good evening, everybody. How's it going? How's it going? Here's a customary, you know, why can't I hear that? What's wrong with my what it do? Why is my what it do not working? Weird. What's happening? What it do machine broke. Dude, my whole thing is busted. Damn. It looks like I might have to restart the old Stream Deck. Seemed like it worked okay. But now, not so much. Let's try it again. No? Okay. All right, fair enough. No what it do tonight. What am I seeing here? Something. Oh, that's why.
What it do?
Okay. You guys, I couldn't hear it. You guys could hear it. What it don't, what it do. You guys ready for a little? You guys want a little opening song? A little uplifting song to start the stream tonight? I'm in the mood to sing you a little uplifting song. No? The Eastern world, it is exploding, violence flaring, bullets loading. You're old enough to kill, but not for voting. You don't believe in war, but what's that gun you're toting? And even the Jordan River has bodies floating. But you tell me over and over and over again, my friend, that you don't believe we're on the eve of destruction. That's right. Don't you understand what I'm trying to say? Can't you feel the fears that I'm feeling today? If the button is pushed, there's no running away. There'll be no one to save with the world in a grave. Take a look around you, boy. It's bound to scare you, boy. And you tell me over and over and over again, my friend, that you don't believe we're on the eve of destruction. It's true. It's true. Yeah, my blood's so mad, feels like coagulating. I'm just sitting here, just contemplating. I can't twist the truth, it knows no regulation. Handful of senators don't pass legislation, and marches alone can't bring integration. When human respect is just disintegrating, this whole crazy world is just too frustrating. And you tell me over and over and over again, my friend, that you don't believe we're on the eve of destruction. Think of all the hate there is in Red China, then take a look around to Selma, Alabama. You may leave here for 4 days in space, but when you return, it's still the same old place. The pounding of the drums, the pride and disgrace. You can bury your dead, but just don't leave a trace. Hate your next door neighbor, but don't forget to say grace. And tell me over and over and over again, my friend, that you don't believe. It's true. You don't believe it, but it's true. Did Susan Wojcicki kick you guys out in the middle of my song? Whose idea was that? Whose idea was that? 1999? Our podcast is better than this. Oh, shit. Well, thank you for paying me to tell me that. Good old Rainbow Unicorn Princesses. We should check it out. Dude, if they're willing to pay $20 to, like, guerrilla advertise on fucking Highdeology, I mean, like, what do they got? So how do I do that? How do I go to your thing? Rainbow Unicorn Princesses. Oh, hold on, let me actually turn on the show. How's that? Let's do that first. Let's get the show on. There's the show. Hello, everybody. Hi. We're going to go check out this podcast that paid $20. Rainbow Unicorn Princesses. Okay. Rainbow Unicorn. Rainbow Unicorn Princesses. Rainbow Unicorn Princesses. Rainbow Unicorn Princesses eats children. Oh, my God. Oh, no. Let's see what we got. What's coming up? What do you got? Rainbow Unicorn. I have a Rainbow Unicorn Princess that has 3 subscribers. Dude, I ain't seeing you, dog. Where you at? Where's your podcast at, man? I wanted to check that shit out. I was going to play some of it. If it's better than this, then... Is this brony stuff? Oh, my God. Do you think it could be? You don't think it is, do you? Rainbow Unicorn Princesses. Lord of Duck found it. Oh, okay, cool. Let's see, Lord of Duck. Rainbow Unicorn Princesses. You have one show? You have one show? And you streamed it 51 minutes ago? So you just started? You literally just started your podcast? What's going on? What am I missing here?
Singular thing.
We made a decision, dude.
What?
Alec was gonna start the fucking intro.
I thought I was gonna.
I was trying to steal it from Alec. I didn't want to steal it from you.
What? I thought I would.
Hey, welcome to Rainbow Unicorn Princess Podcast. My name is Alec. I have my co-host here, David. My
What up?
co-host, Josh.
Your okay. Hi.
And we are the Rainbow Unicorn
Don't-
Princesses.
Don't say the name of it.
It's Prince I.
It's on the. It's not Prince I.
I still think that because we're all British, we should be saying Prince I, since that's the British version of the plural for princess.
But we're
That's not true.
I don't.
There's no way in hell that's true.
That's definitely true. That's why on the family tree for the British royalty.
You're right. It is better than my show. Big brains. Yeah, you were right. Way fucking better. Demonstrably better. And almost every conceivable way, too. Not just, better, but extra better.
They say Prince I Elizabeth.
Do they?
That's just one person. That's
And there's
Anyway, how's it going, guys? Good evening. Delete your channel, Paul. There's clearly a superior page. Well, they have a cool name, at least. That's a start. Rainbow Unicorn Princesses. It stands out, I don't know. I don't know what else to say about it. But hey, you got a good start. You got a good name. Anyone gone super parasocial with you at any point? Oh yeah. Yeah. I had to learn that shit early on. Like parasociality was not something I was all that familiar with when I started this job. Not being someone that sought it out myself, and I didn't really know what the fuck it was. And yeah, people have gotten like really, really overly like this kind of overblown idea. Like, it's kind of why I don't spend a whole lot of time chilling in like Discords and stuff. Because what happens is like I'll go into a community that's familiar with me or something, and I've got this idea that I'm just going in there to chill and hang out with a bunch of like-minded people. But I'm, like I wasn't aware at first, and I'm not trying to brag, but when you're in your own fan community, you have like this status that prevents that. And so I would show up, and talk to these people, but I think they got the impression that that meant that we were like besties or something. And yeah, that's happened quite often. Parasocial, I mean, I can look it up to give you guys the exact definition, but a parasocial relationship is kind of like a one-way relationship that exists in the mind of only one of the people. It's usually used to describe the relationship, the unhealthy relationship some people have with like celebrities or internet personalities or talk show hosts or musicians or whatever the fuck. And it's like they think they know this person way more than they do, and they assume, that person feels the same way about them. Like a stan, yeah, exactly. But let's make sure I'm not just talking out of my ass here. Get something like a real definition of it. Parasocial relationship. The term parasocial relationship was coined in 1956 by Donald Horton and Richard R. Wohl. They focused on the psychological attachment that was formed from viewing television personalities. Their work laid the foundation and popularized a wide range of research and parasocial phenomena. A parasocial interaction, an exposure that garners interest in a persona, becomes a parasocial relationship after repeated exposure to the media persona causes the media users to develop illusions of intimacy, friendship, and identification. Positive information learned about the media persona results in increased attraction, and the relationship progresses. Parasocial relationships are enhanced due to trust and self-disclosure provided by the media persona. So people like me that are very open about their lives, very, very honest about their foibles, are more likely to draw parasocial relationships on the other end. Media users are loyal and feel directly connected to the persona, much like their close friends, by observing and interpreting their appearance, gestures, voice, conversation, and conduct. Media personas have a significant amount of influence over media users, positive or negative, informing the way that they perceive certain topics or even their purchasing habits. Social media introduces additional opportunities for parasocial relationships to intensify because it provides more opportunities for intimate, reciprocal, and frequent interactions between the user and the persona. There you go. So, exactly what I said. I was right. I was right. I didn't make a fool of myself this time. Yeah, human psychology is... yeah, very, very interesting. Think of Joker and Murray, exactly. So from Joker, the Joker character has a parasocial relationship with the talk show host Murray, whatever, played by Robert De Niro. He comes to think that they share something that they don't. Everything is psychology. That is true. Very wise man told me that. I was right once. Yes. But yes, I very early on when I started doing the Drunken Peasants, I was kind of overwhelmed by the amount of people that reached out to me asking for help. And I tried. Like, I would go like, okay, dude, yeah, hey, man, I want to talk to you, man. I just really need somebody to talk to. And I'd be like, sure. And I'd pop into a conversation with the person, and I'd talk to them for half an hour or whatever. And then it's like, the next day they'd want to call me again, and then the next day they'd want to call me again. It was like I had to learn that, like, okay, you've got to like
To a certain extent, I've got to keep a wall up between 99% of the people that watch me and myself. Because if I don't, not everybody, obviously, but, you know, a good little portion of people start to develop this parasocial kind of thing. That's too creepy. I would not be able to be nice. I mean, I'm not really able to be nice either, so I just try and make sure that I keep myself out of that. But you can see examples of this, like if you go and look at our subreddit or our Facebook page, it is very, very common to, you know, go to our DFF subreddit or our DFF fan page on Facebook or whatever on Twitter, and find somebody giving advice to me or to TJ about diet or exercise or lifestyle or music or movies that implies a familiarity. It's like, would you walk up to somebody you had absolutely no idea who they were on the street and go, hey, dude, you need to stop watching that movie and start doing this. You need to stop eating this and start doing. You can see it all over the place. I mean, people are just like, some people take it way, way far. You know, maybe not to the Stan level. That's a little bit of an extreme example, but yeah, you can see it. I mean, just go check my social media and you will find tons and tons and tons of people benefiting from a one-sided parasocial relationship with me. And I found that as much as I like to argue, I used to try and point it out to people. I used to try, I'd respond to them and say, you don't know me. Don't give me advice. I don't care to hear what you have to say about my personal life. And what you may think you know about me is what I've allowed you to know about me. I'm an entertainer. I'm not your friend. And I found that actually intensified it in some people. So I was just like, I found that the best way to deal with it is to just ignore it. The more interaction you give that, see, a lot of people, they do that, and then you give them the interaction to try and correct the parasocial misconception that they're making. You know what I mean? Hey, you're not my buddy. You don't know me. And then, but that direct interaction, it's like, and it feeds that drive, you know? So the best thing to do is to just, you know what I mean? And I've gotten pretty good at spotting it too. How is it a product of social media? Berserk, that makes no sense. What? Berserk. We live in the loneliest times in history. It's a product of late stage capitalism and social media. I mean, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. Didn't you used to call it concern trolling? That's different. I mean, concern trolling is like, Some people might do it parasocially. They might go, hey, Paul, I heard, you mentioned on a show that you were going to go on a diet. Well, here's 18 fucking diets that you can try, and here's the one that worked for me. And oh, my God, dude, if you ever need to talk to somebody about it or need help, here's my phone number, bro. There's that. And then there's the people that are just like, they know I'm sick of hearing it. And so they, hey, Paul, what you ought to do is... And then when you go, fuck you, like I've heard this a billion times, shut up, they just go, bro, I'm just trying. Why are you so mad, yo? I'm just concerned. I'm just showing concern. Sorry, don't bite my head off, bro. And it's pretty easy to tell the difference between the two. It's pretty easy. It's pretty obvious right off the bat now. It wasn't at first, but, I've been in the game long enough that a concern troll and a parasocial stan, pretty easy to spot. TJ had a positive exchange with me while drunk that felt personal and heartfelt, but later he didn't remember, and I think he felt weird when I brought it up. Was I falling into this sort of mentality? Yes, you probably were. But that should just go to show you. For you, it was an extraordinarily memorable experience. For TJ, it was a Tuesday. You see what I'm saying? That's why the imbalance exists, and that's why you have to be careful that you don't allow yourself to fall into this kind of like parasocial trap. Never meet your heroes, yeah. Hey, Paul, haven't listened to your honeyed voice for a while. Just wanted to know your thoughts about anarcho-syndicalism. I don't really have any. I don't understand it as a political ideal enough to really like, wax on and on about it. I have a very, very, very basic understanding of it, and so I wouldn't feel comfortable bloviating. I've already wanted to move to Uruguay for a few years, but talking about it so much has really made me want to. Also, I like your shirt. Thank you. You're not parasocially moving, right, to Uruguay because I might. You're not hoping you'll bump into me because there's only 30 million people in Uruguay and 300 million people here. No, I'm kidding. That's cool. I love Uruguay. I mean, it's, right now it's a distant possibility, a distant dream of mine to be there. But who knows, dude? I've done crazier things in my life. Well, maybe not crazier than moving halfway across the earth, but I've done some crazy shit in my life. Last night I was sitting in the bath, right? I do this often. Like soaking in a nice warm bath. Let me get myself in that position. So I'm just kind of like kicking it in the bath, right? And it was like my brain was divided against itself. One part of my brain was like, dude, you have to go to Uruguay. It's just like, you have one life to live, and blah blah blah. When you die, you're gonna regret the things you didn't do, not the things that you did. So even if it's a total shit show down there, and you go down there and you hate it, you can always, you get a 6-month visa, you move back, no big deal. And then the other side of my brain was like, Paul, this is a ridiculous idea. You're talking about moving halfway across the planet from every soul that you've ever met and know, and every piece of support that you have, built in as a normal human being. You're going to be 5,000 miles away from your nearest friend. This is not that you shouldn't do this. And it was like, I was so torn. It's like, because, that's the cautionary side of your brain. That's the fucking, that's the check and the balance going, well, wait a minute, dude. You're talking about moving into a different culture that you don't know a whole lot about. You're talking about, but once again, a lot of that is offset by the fact that I wouldn't move there until I learned way more about it. Yeah, I guess you could call it the rational side, but oftentimes I think it's just the obstructionist side. I had the same kind of torn feeling leaving my marriage. I had the same kind of torn feeling leaving my job to do this job. Uruguay is probably better off and better aligned with who you are than America. I feel barriers resisting your move are primarily basic legal barriers to your own cycle. Well, yeah, the legal stuff and like the logistical stuff, that's crazy. I'm basically going to have to sell off pretty much everything I own, or give away pretty much everything I own, because like when you move that far away, shipping shit down there is so prohibitively expensive that it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to travel with much more than you can on a plane, check a couple bags, pack what you really need, and, make sure you have the money saved up that when you get down there, you can get all your necessities and start building your house up again. You ever miss old jobs? Not really. Sometimes. There's certain aspects of the jobs that I worked for a long time that I miss. But for the most part, no. ¿Hablas bien español, señor Paul? Más o menos. Un poquito. I could learn to, be more fluent in Spanish pretty easily. I took 2 years in high school, and I grew up in Madera, California. So, grew up around a lot of native Spanish speakers. Although Uruguay does have a particular type of Spanish that is spoken that is heavily Italian, I guess. It's got like some Italian flair to it, but yeah. Quiero un poco de drogas. ¿Dónde están? Tengo dinero. I don't know, dude. Yo no sé. Yo no tengo drogas. Uruguayans sound Argentinian to me. That's probably because they share a southern border with Argentina. Or Argentina. Is it Argentina or Argentina? More like Uruguay. It's Argentina. 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 I bet they say Argentina. I bet they don't say Argentina. Let's start the DFF Uruguayan commune. No, let's not. You stay right where the fuck you are, and let's start. Maybe Paul moves there and doesn't tell you anywhere, like anything about where he's at. How about that? That sounds better. I'm moving away so that I can be far away. If you move to Uruguay, would you try and embrace the culture down there too, or just do your own thing and avoid the locals? I mean, I've lived in a lot of different cities here in the United States, and I always do my best to embrace the whatever particular culture to the extent that I can. I feel at odds with the culture where I live now, but to the extent that I can, I've embraced it. Believe it or not, I look like a lot of the dudes that run around down here. I may not wear my hair the same way, but there's a lot of fucking long-haired, long-bearded rednecks running around down here. So, you know, I look the part. I like the food. I like the music. So, you know, I do my best to try and integrate with that. But I think I'd be really interested in Uruguay because I've never really traveled outside of the United States unless you count Mexico. You know, I've taken the short trip over the southern border into Tijuana a couple of times when I was way younger, and then as an adult, I've taken a couple of cruises of the Mexican Riviera. Neither of which is really, you know, good for giving you the flavor of Mexico. Why wouldn't we count Mexico? I mean, some people don't. It's like, I mean, sure, obviously it counts, but you know what I mean? I don't really consider it traveling abroad. Let's put it that way. How's that? You can see Tijuana from your house. Ay, Dios mío. You better watch out for the fucking sicarios, man. I've heard Tijuana is basically a fucking abattoir now. I've heard Tijuana is just like, there's no longer water in the gutters. It's just blood. My hands like to travel abroad. Abroad? That's a sexist joke. I don't count Canada. I grew up 30 minutes from there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I grew up like an hour and a half, 2 hours, maybe a little more from Mexico. And went there a bunch of times when I was a kid, and you know, like right over the border to American tourist towns. Like that's what I've visited outside of the United States. I've visited here are the places the cities outside of the United States that I've been to: Tijuana, Puerto Vallarta, Mazatlan, Cabo San Lucas. I think there might be one that I'm missing. Tijuana, Puerto Vallarta, Mazatlan, Cabo San Lucas. There's one more I'm missing. I think it starts with an E. Let me look at a map of Mexico. I know it's a western coastal Mexican town. Map of Mexico. Map of Mexico. ¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está? Okay. So I have been to Cabo San Lucas, Mazatlan, Puerto Vallarta, well, I know where that is. It doesn't, Tijuana's not big enough to show on this map, but that's fine. Is there another one here on the western coast? Nope, that's it. So those are the 4 cities I've been in. Outside of the United States. And to be honest with you, each one of them was a very curated kind of tourist experience. So that's kind of why I don't count it. Tijuana in the 80s and early 90s, when I would have been traveling there, was basically just Little America. It was set up for Americans to serve American tourism. And so walking in there was not unlike walking into, you know, a lot of cities in California. Yeah, so anyway. And the tourist stops and shit that you make when you take one of these cruises and shit. Like, once again, these are all very curated. Your dad's from Mazatlan. That's cool. Yeah, very curated experiences. Anyway, you know, you're taken to these very touristy areas with a bunch of other Americans and a bunch of American style restaurants and gift shops and that type of stuff. Would you go to Sinaloa? Probably not. Unless I decided I wanted to, you know, like join the drug lords or whatever. Tijuana is now the most murderous city in the world per capita. I believe it. Tijuana. Mazatlan is a city in Sinaloa. Dun, 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 dun. I've been to Sinaloa. When I got out in Mazatlan, one of the things that I remember most about it was the Mexican army-looking guys holding M16s that were lined up along the dock that we had to walk past. So, yeah. Ciudad Juarez? Probably not. I'll stay away from Juarez if you don't mind. How genuine is Scotty's hatred of Canada? I can never tell if he's just memeing or not. I can't either. You can have to ask him. I've never been able to get to the bottom of that myself. So he either really genuinely hates it with a red hot throbbing fucking passion, or he doesn't give a fuck about it. He's been trolling us all. How's Chile? I don't know. I don't care. I'm not going to Chile. Montevideo or the Devil's Springs or whatever the fuck it was. I don't know. Yeah, Scotty's a pretty good troll. Cozumel. Yeah, I never went to Cozumel. I never went kind of like to any of the inland cities. I think Mexico City would be cool to visit, but probably not now. Oh, I have been to another place. That's the one I forgot. Did I mention Acapulco? Okay, so here it is. That's the one I've missed. So I've been to Mazatlan, Puerto Vallarta, Tijuana, Cabo San Lucas, and Acapulco. There you go. 5. It's not Montevideo. It's Montevideo. Montevideo. Not Montevideo. Montevideo. Órale, Holmes. Bienvenidos. Órale. Órale. Chale, Holmes. ¿Qué te pasa? You've done a lot more traveling than I thought. That's awesome. Not really. That's just in Mexico. And it's not really traveling. I really don't count it, because it's like I was on a fucking cruise ship and I got off in one little area that's cordoned off for American tourists. It's like bullshit. I didn't really consider it. But yeah, I guess that would mean that the farthest from the United States that I've ever been was when I was in Acapulco. And I'm going to be about, 3,000 or 4,000 miles farther from it. If I end up in Uruguay. My grandfather traveled just about all those places. He's the only white person speaks so many dialects of Spanish. That's cool. Paul should travel to the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Congo. No, thank you. You're in Okinawa, Japan. Cool. Acapulco is definitely the most dangerous city for tourists. Now, yeah. Like at the time that I went, it wasn't horrible. But, yeah. Are you 100% on leaving the U.S.? No. I don't know that it's feasible. I don't know that it's something that's going to work with my job. It's, it's all kind of up in the air right now. I'm 100% on leaving Louisiana. That's for sure. You can write that one down in your book. But when it comes to like getting out of the United States, I would like to. I know that like philosophically, I'm ready to divest myself from the United States. I no longer believe in the place. It's really kind of sad for me. If you go back and watch my, I did this video that got really popular back in the day called American Ashamed, where I talked about my patriotism and how it had been challenged. It's gone now. I've lost my faith in this place. What little spark of faith in American ingenuity and stick-to-itiveness that I had, whatever little faith and spark that I had in our system of governance, it's gone. I no longer believe that America is salvageable. I think it's in a death spiral. It's circling the drain. And quite frankly, I don't want to be here anymore. Now, does that mean that I get to leave? No. No, unfortunately, there are, sometimes barriers to that. But I'd like to. I would really like to. All hope erased by corruption. Absolutely. Erased by corruption, erased by the willful ignorance of the populace, and erased by this horrible, horrible feeling of deja vu as you get older in America, that I wish I was eloquent enough to translate to some of you that are younger. Because I see myself in some younger people when it comes to politics. I used to be way more vibrant and fired up about the American political process and participation in it. But I'm telling you, man, the sense of deja vu sets in once you've dealt with it 20, 30 years. And you start to see that nothing really happens. Well, that's not true. Things do happen. They just happen in the direction that you don't want them to happen. It's worn me down. It's like, and look, dude, like, I'd be far from the first person to live and die in a fucking country that he hates. Okay. And I don't hate America. There are a lot of good people here, but a country that he, is at odds with or whatever, I'd be far from the first person. But, I work a very strange job. I can do my job from pretty much anywhere in the world, provided that I have an internet connection. And so I'm not really kind of like limited in the ways that, people that work jobs that are more regional are. And if I don't take advantage of that, I think I might regret it for the rest of my life. Because philosophically and psychologically, I'm there. I'm ready to leave now. Like if somebody came to me and was like, hey, Paul, we've greased the path for you. And all you've got to do is do this and sign here, and we'll make sure everything's set up for you in Uruguay. I'd do it in a fucking heartbeat. I think you might find Uruguay is a more accepting place in many ways. I think I will. One of the things that I didn't look into that stream where I was going on and on about Uruguay was, LGBTQ rights. And I was a little worried. I was like, I know that South America and Central America, there is a pretty strong anti-homosexual undercurrent in some of these places. And some of them are far more forward thinking than a lot of Western countries or a lot of non-South American countries are, and Uruguay happens to be one of those. Gay marriage is legal there. Civil unions have been legal for over 20 years, and gay marriage has been legal since like 2008 or 9, I think. There, they allow adoption by gay couples. Service in the military for trans people and gay people. They've had legal weed for, I think, 20 years, 15 years, something like that. Why not a Nordic country? The barriers to entry in Nordic countries are pretty high. It is not a simple thing to immigrate to a Nordic country. And they look a lot more heavily at what it is that you do. It's hard. It's hard to look at a country that goes, if you are to immigrate here, how will you benefit us? Uruguay feels that you benefit Uruguay by being a citizen of Uruguay. Their barrier to entry is just to, a steady enough income so that they know that you're not going to move there and be immediately dependent on their state programs. So you have to prove you make a certain amount of money a month. So Uruguay is more progressive than the U.S. in a lot of ways, yes. It also has a national health service that covers everybody in the country, no matter what. So, yeah, it is more progressive than the United States. It sounds like it is way more my speed in terms of a place, and I would like to live there. Their murder rate is higher than Iraq. I don't care. I've lived in places with extraordinarily high murder rates, and I'm the victim of a violent crime. I don't care. The barrier of entry in Uruguay is whether the capybara is like you or not. Well, animals love me, so there it is. Venezuela? No. Do you speak Spanish, or will you have to pick it up? I speak very rudimentary Spanish. I took 2 years in high school, grew up in a Spanish-speaking area, so I know a little bit of Spanish. I'll know enough to get around, but one of the great things about Uruguay is the last 2 generations speak primarily English. So the older people in Uruguay, you might run into somebody that doesn't speak English, but the last 2 generations of people speak primarily Spanish. So in a couple more generations, Uruguay is likely to be a predominantly English-speaking country. What a shame. Supposedly the most advanced society in the world is more backwards than a South American country with 1/10 of its population. I mean, shame or not, it's the truth. Sounds like you've really done your homework. I mean, I haven't done all the homework that I would need to before I'd feel comfortable picking up stakes and moving there, but I've looked into shit. Like, I've actually looked into shit. I know the differences, like the major differences in their diet to ours. Like, if you think that America has a heavy protein-based, meat-based diet, Uruguay is worse. Uruguay has more cows than people. And they eat an insane amount of meat in their diet. So it's a... You know, that's going to be like a bump up from what I'm used to here in America already, which is kind of nice. You know, nobody outside the U.S. thinks the U.S. is the most advanced society in the world. Okay. There's a lot of salty people outside the U.S., though. You know that, right? Does Uruguay have Mexican-style food like tacos and shit? I don't think it's necessarily Mexican-style. It's going to be more South American-style. What I've heard is it's a steak culture. So a lot of their food is, once again, based around kind of steakhouse type of stuff. They also eat a lot of seafood, of course, being a nation that has a long sea-facing border. But yeah, they hit the grill. You know, kind of meat and potatoes type of stuff. They have, you know, their own kind of twists on it, and I'm sure they have their own local things that I'll have to come to get to know. Different vegetables and shit that grow down there. Uruguay is very European, yes. Yes, that is true. The U.S. is a third world country with a Gucci belt. That sounds about right. You're planning on moving to Uruguay with TJ and Scotty, or just on your own? I won't speak for them, but I get the feeling that neither one of those guys is altogether too keen on moving to Uruguay. So if I do move, it will be on my own. I imagine. I mean, who knows? When I'm ready to go, people, you know, things might have gotten worse here, and you know, they might change their tune. But I'm pretty sure that they're not in the spot that I'm at. And that's fine. Have you reconciled the reality that many Americans pronounce it, "you're gay"? Sure, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Do you know how much I'm going to, like, here's one of my favorite things to think about when I think about moving to Uruguay. There's going to be this settling period, right? Where it's kind of weird. You're in a new culture. You don't know anybody. You don't know how to get around just yet. And you've got to kind of feel it out and get a feel for the area and how you do things. And then all of a sudden, as I'm doing that, as I'm immersing myself in, you know, the new city that I live in and the new culture that I live in, I'm going to come to a realization one day. And that realization is going to be, I haven't thought about anything going on in America that doesn't involve my family in like 6 months. I haven't heard Nancy Pelosi say a word. I don't even know if she's still alive, and I don't care. it's going to be beautiful, you know, because it's going to happen kind of naturally. And then all of a sudden, I'm going to have this realization like, wow, I lived 40 fucking years of my life in the United States, and it's been like months since I thought about it. You can walk out into the woods with your flute and start your cult in Uruguay. No one would stop you. I don't even know if they'd try to. They'd probably be fine with it. Be like, here you go. We got all kinds of flutes down here. Uruguayan flutes. Which kind do you want? I just talked about the cuisine in Uruguay. It's a meat-heavy culture. A lot of seafood, a lot of steak. A lot of steak houses in terms of restaurant culture. I have not looked at Peru, no. I've not looked at really any other South American country other than Uruguay because, to be quite frank, the cursory glance that I gave them, they don't stack up. Uruguay is a bit of an anomaly in South America when it comes to ticking as many boxes as it does for me. So, Bolivia is awesome too. Maybe. My parents came to the U.S. to give me a better life, and honestly, I don't think it's that much better at this current state. Depends on where they came from, bro. Sounds like a nice place to vacation. Yeah, I don't know that I'd vacation that far away. You know what I mean? I get it. Like, there's, you know, what are you going to do in Uruguay on a vacation? Probably sit on the beach and shit. I'm like, I can do that here. I want to move there. Would they allow you to smoke weed? Weed has been legal for 20 years in Uruguay and is the most used drug in Uruguay. The most commonly used drug in Uruguay. So, yes. You can buy weed in grocery stores in Uruguay. There's not even like specialty pot shops. You just buy weed in normal stores. But is the weed good? I assume it is. I assume that if they are a modern society, they have access to hydroponics and stuff. More than tobacco and caffeine and alcohol, maybe not more than those. I'm talking about, you know, drugs as we define them in the United States, where we ignore those. I imagine that caffeine and alcohol are probably consumed more regularly than marijuana there, but I may be wrong. You can grow your own down there. There's no restrictions on growing marijuana. So I could, you know, buy a place for way cheaper than I could afford it now, a couple of acres, have a little outdoor grow up or do an indoor and not worry about the fucking government kicking my door in or anybody fucking with me at all. It's just pretty normal for people to walk around and smoke weed there. It's only in one of the best spots to grow it. I know, subtropical climate. I don't think weed likes that, does it? Would you still do the show or start your own regular show? I mean, I don't have any desire ever to leave DFF. It's like my baby. So, you know, presuming it goes my way, I would love to keep doing the show. Just do it from Uruguay. Like I said, all my job really requires of me is an internet connection. I mean, that's really the baseline. If I can get internet in Uruguay, I can do the show. So there you go. When are you moving? I don't know. Like I said at the start of this talk, I don't know even for a fact that I will be moving. It's just something that I want to do and that I'm looking into and that I will do if I can swing it. Or at the very least, try out. You know, I don't know that I will just pull up stakes and move sight unseen. But thankfully, Uruguay has very, very friendly visa laws. You can own property in Uruguay and rent property in Uruguay with the same rights as a Uruguayan citizen without actually being one. So I could go down there and buy a piece of land and or just rent a nice house out and get a 6-month work visa, stay down there, and if I liked it, put in my immigration paperwork, and bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. Does Uruguay have fast Wi-Fi? I looked at the comps in Montevideo, and their internet speeds are like their median speeds are pretty comparable to America when you take the totality in. So it's not going to be like blazing fast internet or something, but it's, you know, I live in fucking New Orleans. It's going to be comparable to, you know, mid-range shitty internet in the fucking States, which is what I've had for most of the time I've lived here anyway. I've been thinking about one day moving to Germany. Does anyone in the chat have any opinions regarding Germany that I should know? I've only really done a cursory look into it. I do know that the barrier of entry into Germany is pretty high, as it is in most European countries. So, you know, that might be the first thing you want to look into and see if it's even something that would be feasible for you. But yes, that's all I know. I don't know anything else about Germany or immigrating there. You hope to be an astrophysicist? Cool. Well, I'm sure that you will be in demand then. Your astrophysical knowledge will probably be in demand, and that'll probably help you. I mean, having a higher education and a high-paying, in-demand job is a great start if you're looking to emigrate to a lot of countries. Based on the numbers I'm looking at, the U.S. appears to be better than Uruguay. Wow. I'm convinced. Never mind. Take it off the table. Randall Patrick McMurphy. He looked into it, and based on the numbers that he's currently looking at, the U.S. is better than Uruguay. With its no health care, and its no legal weed, and its shitty backwards anti-LGBT laws. Yeah. Paul is smart for seeking a lifeboat off this Titanic. Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. Do you think the U.S. can stabilize? No. Paul, you can't run away from your depression. Yeah, but I can run away from the United States, though. You can watch the empire decline from a safe distance. I mean, hey, dude, I ain't going to be inoculated from it by living far away from it. As the United States goes, so goes the world. Does Uruguay even have a constitution? Yes. It has a constitution and has a Bill of Rights. What do you think will replace the American empire? The Chinese empire. Politics is a large part of the source of my depression. There you go. Sell you on Uruguay? Rewind this video and watch it from the beginning. I'm not going to resell you on Uruguay. I've been talking about all the positives of Uruguay for about the last hour. So, yeah, have a little rewind there, buddy. Bleep bloop. What if when he moves to Uruguay, the U.S. annexes it? Oh, wouldn't that be shitty? Or Brazil, even worse. Yeah, that's a big concern of mine. That's a downside to Uruguay. It shares its northern border with Brazil. And Brazil's pretty fucking huge and crazy. So, Uruguay values freedom of speech, so those people who are super about that, yeah. Did you look up the old president Jose Mujica, who gave most of his money to charity? No, I didn't. But that sounds very Uruguayan. Paul, will you announce your citizenship in the process? Well, that depends. I think that if I do end up moving there, it'll be on a trial basis first. I'll apply for a work visa and take advantage of the fact that foreign nationals enjoy the same property rights as Uruguayans when it comes to renting and owning. And live in Uruguay for 4, 5, 6 months and see if I like it. If it totally sucks or I'm homesick or I don't think I fit in there, then I hop a plane and I come back. Uruguay turned to the right in the last election. Even if it did, it doesn't matter. Like, you don't seem to understand, dude. You don't seem to understand. What does the Uruguayan flag represent? I don't know. It's a good question. Do you sell your computer and everything before the trial period? Sell my computer? No. I have to have my computer in order to work. Now, yeah, maybe I might sell my computer and then just purchase another one down there, but it would probably be cheaper for me to pack up my computer, at least the tower, and have it shipped. Because that's one of the downsides to Uruguay is consumer electronics can be more expensive than they are in the United States because of, you know, they're not made there. What is your problem? Why are you, as an American citizen, committing treason? What treason have I committed? An American citizen is fully well within their rights to renounce their citizenship and live in any country that will have them. How's that treasonous? Your first Uruguay spiel, you saw a blonde woman and said she was an American, but do a lot of Latino people have blonde hair because Latinos are actually white? Right. There's a lot, you know, there's a heavy Spanish racial background in Uruguay. So, yeah. I understand that sometimes Hispanic people can be blonde, and oftentimes they are. If you move to Uruguay, you would miss the U.S. for sure. That sounds like you either have access to a portal into my deepest, darkest psyche, or you're full of fucking shit and talking out your ass. One of the two. I don't know. We could use Occam's razor. Does this guy have a portal into my deepest psyche? Or is he full of fucking shit? I sure do miss not having health care. I sure do miss living in a state where I could get thrown in jail for smoking weed. Boy, oh boy, do I hate how many steakhouses and lobster joints there are here. Ugh, I'm so sick of these beautiful white sand beaches, too. I hate this fucking subtropical climate. I hate the fact that every dollar that I make is worth $3 or $4 down here, man. I'm so sick and tired of everything being better. I hate the fact that I hate the fact that the police treat people like normal human beings down here. I'm ready to go back where they're all just fascists waiting to beat your brains in on a power trip. Man, I so fucking miss the United States, dude. Weed is harshly prosecuted all throughout the South. How far does the dollar go in Uruguay? Like, how much money does it cost to rent in U.S. dollars? It's kind of hard. Like, I can give you the exchange rate. So let's look. U.S. dollar to Uruguayan peso exchange rate. So $1 is 42 Uruguayan pesos. Of course, you know, things are priced differently in pesos, so it's not like every $1 that I make is worth $42 down there. But the exchange rate shows you the price difference. They'll somehow have to convert your cut of the pay into Uruguayan pesos. That's actually not true. Well, I mean, that happens as a natural. you know, if you're living in a foreign country, working for a company in another country, you get paid and then, you know, it's converted for you and put into your bank account in your native currency. How did you think the Amazon was in Uruguay? I mean, it's not in Uruguay, but Uruguay is close to the Amazon, closer than we are. And there's jungle in Uruguay. It might not be the Amazon jungle. How did you think it was worth paying me $2 to try and get a little gotcha witty quip in? That's what I want to know. I've never in my life gone like, dude, I'm going to pay that guy $2 to try and pwn him on something stupid he said. How'd you get there? How'd that happen? Yeah, it's Amazon adjacent, dude. Did he get me mad? Did he? Do I look like I'm seething? You don't actually care? Oh. Got a weird way of showing it. Please keep not caring. Not care again. Not care all night. Every 10 seconds. Like, however fast it'll let you not care. Not care. Please continue to not care. A pedantic person on the internet? Never heard of that. No. They outload pedantry on the internet. He gotcha. He gotcha. Paid you $2 to get you. Shit. Should I be wrong more often? Hey guys, the sky is green. They should be rolling in any second now. Who's being pedantic now? Still you. Do you have Streamlabs up so I don't have to give Google money? Actually, I don't. I should get Streamlabs set up. I'll do that in the future. But as of right now, no, I don't really do Streamlabs. I'm so sad that a person gave me $5 to call me a... I'm not gonna say it. The unholy word. Moving to another country is what a selfish quitter would do. If you don't like how the society you're currently living is going, a better option would be to do your part in making it better. Well, I tell you what, Ryan, how's about this? Thank you, by the way, for the 10 Canadian dollars. This is going to sound crazy. How about you live your life according to your credo, and I'll live my life, which has no consequence in your life, according to mine. So if you want to sit and watch your country rot and watch your country be opposed to you at every possible fucking juncture and hate it, but do nothing about it and futilely fucking yell about it for the rest of your life, go for it. And maybe I won't. Sound good to you? Sounds good to me. Sky not green, you stupid. Oh, shit, I got pwned, man. The sky's red? Double pwned. Well, guys, at least I know that water is the driest element, okay? Like, I may be stupid. I may be so stupid that I thought the fucking sky was green. But I know that water is the driest element. Do not jump in the lifeboats of the Titanic. Go down under the decks and fix the gigantic holes with water gushing through. Yes, ride that boat to the bottom of the sea. Big booties in Uruguay? I mean, seeing as how they're so fucking close to Brazil, I don't see how there couldn't be some cross booty pollination. You know what I mean? Like if I go right over the fucking border into Brazil and I just see these big fat bubble asses, and then I go like 20 miles across the border back to Uruguay and I see this nothing but flatness, that's got to be the weirdest shit in the world, right? You got to imagine that like Brazil's big, like the booty's in it, and thus it radiates its bootitude probably throughout South America, I would imagine. I mean, I know Colombia's got some big fat asses. I know that for sure. I know Venezuela's got some big fat asses too. I don't know for sure that Uruguay's got big fat asses, but I think it's safe to assume that they do. I think it's safe to assume that there's some big fat asses in Uruguay. It's booty adjacent, yeah. Here's my credo. Save them all. Let God sort them out. Okay. Good for you, buddy. Good for you, buddy. Paul, you should Google some Uruguay supermodels just to see. Good point. Uruguay and supermodel. Supermodela. Uruguayan supermodela. Let's see. Uruguayan models and modeling. Female Uruguayan models and modeling. Okay, so here's a model that grew up in Uruguay. It's pretty hot. She'd get it. She'd get it, and I'd be the one to give it to her. I'd disappoint the fuck out of her. I'd have her rolling her eyes not from pleasure, but from fucking cringe. Category. Uruguayan female models. Here's what we need. This is exactly what we need, in my opinion. This is the page that we're looking for right here. Eunice Castro. Or Eunice Castro. Uruguayan supermodel. Let's see. Images. Show me the booty, please. Might I see the booty, please? There's no booty pics? All right. She's born in Montevideo. Virginia Dobrik? Okay. All right. She's looking pretty good. Can we see the booty, though? I said, excuse me, sir. Can we see the booty, though? Pardon me, but would you mind if we took a look at the booty? I want to see some swimsuits. Come on, hook it up. Let me see some swimsuit. Show me that swimsuit. Oh shit. I can't click on that one. That one looks like a nip slip. Okay. Here we go. Okay. All right. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, I think it's going to be just fine down there. I think it's going to be just fine. Plain Jane, I done changed lanes. Plain Jane, I done changed lanes. Plain Jane, I done changed lanes. Is she living in Uruguay? Who cares? She was born and bred there. They grow her on trees down there. Like the rich papaya. You can reach up and pluck one of these women from the trees in Uruguay. My best friend in elementary school was Uruguayan, and his mom was hot. If that counts for anything, that does. That counts for a lot. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere where there's not a beach. I don't think models are representative of the average Uruguayan girl. Man, you were just like... You're Mr. Contrarian, aren't you? It's kind of a weak line, dude. I'm just letting you know. I mean, you can keep doing it if you want, but I'm just letting you know it's kind of a weak line. It's kind of a weak, like, troll. Everything positive, Paul say. I say the opposite. Uruguayan girls are probably hot. Actually, Paul, they're probably not. Uruguayan steak is probably delicious. Actually, Paul, it's probably gross. Uruguayan beaches are probably wonderful. Actually, Paul, they're probably disgusting. Love you, Foo. I apologize for being a taint biscuit. What's up, Rodney? How's it going, my friend? I know who you must be. There can only be one person that can be, and that is the Rodney. Those of you who have listened to me play some Apple Nasty know that this is, in my opinion, the heart and soul of Apple Nasty right here, Mr. Root Toot. The heart and the soul of Apple Nasty. Google doesn't deserve a cent of this. Much love, Paul. Hey, thank you. Appreciate that. 99 cents from Cloud Massacre. I appreciate that as well. And Rodney, let me go ahead and take care of some business in the chat. I'm going to give you a little wrench. You don't have to do anything with it, but I'm just going to make sure I can see you. We're going to go ahead and give you a moderator status there, buddy. That way, I will not miss. Today was a good day. Let me turn on live chat too, at least for me, so I can see everything that's being said. Got to keep it. Got to keep the actual stream chat on top chat because you know. Did you sell any CDs of Apple Nasty at your junior or high school whenever you made it? I don't think so. Not really. We made tapes. Like we dubbed tapes of it and gave it to people. Just made you tear up. Get out of here, Rodney. Rodney dyed his hair black. Yep. He dyed his gourd black. That's the wrong. Now he looks like a nutsack. You got that right, though. I ain't done dyed my gourd, but I say, oh, my Lord, oh, my Lord, oh, my Lord, dye my gourd, baby. Good times. The master of the fresh off the ferry Filipino. Tapes that goes way back. Yeah, I'm old. I'm fucking old, dude. We recorded, I think, on like a little 2-track, a shitty little 2-track thing with a shitty little mic plugged into it. 2-track tape recorder. That's how we made the music. And then for government fun, we used like a $2 Radio Shack microphone. Favorite rapper, MC Ricky D, a.k.a. Rick the Ruler, a.k.a. Slick Rick. I've never recorded on wax, no. How would deal with anti-immigrant people? From what I've been able to read, Uruguay is incredibly welcoming to immigrants and relies heavily on immigration. That's why they're so. That's why the bar for entry is basically just a monetary one, and you know, obviously having a clean record in your country of origin. Keep shilling those commie countries like a good trader, Paul. I will. Keep paying me. Keep paying me to do it, and I'll keep doing it, buddy. Rochester, New York is crazy right now. What's going on in Rochester? Let me go to the Canoes, dude. That's my source. I don't know where you go to get your fucking news, but I go to the Canoes. Is there anything going on? I'm going to have to search for Rochester, New York. Rochester, New York. Rochester, New York. News. Okay. Prude death investigation. Attorney General's office says one thing, Mayor's office says another. 7 officers in Rochester, New York suspended in the death of Daniel Prude. It looks like there's, some mass demonstration going on in Rochester. 7 Rochester police officers suspended. Mr. Daniel Prude lost his life in our city. He lost his life because of the actions of our police officers. The suspensions come a day after the attorneys for Prude's family released police body cam video that shows officers covering the man's head with a spit sock and holding him to the ground in a prone position before he stopped breathing. Another serial crushing by the cops, huh? Damn, that's 20 plus years ago. Of course, dude. We're old men now, but dude, ain't nothing changed. Ain't shit changed, Rodney. We're still the same dorks, dude. I always thought I would grow up eventually, but I just never did. I tried to grow up for a little while, and it almost killed me, Rod. I had to go back to living like I did back in fucking Arizona, and now I'm happy again. Go figure. Can I join your communist commune, Paul? No, you cannot. If you have to ask, then the answer is no. You get an invite to that. Dude, Rodney, how do I get you my phone number without putting it in the chat? Are we Facebook friends, or do you have me on Twitter or something? Can you twat at me so I can give you my phone number and we can catch up and shit? Because it's been a hot minute since you and me even fucking talked, bro. Hit me up on Twitter, at Paul's Ego, if you've got a Twitter. If you don't, I don't know what I'll do. I'll get your number from Waylon. Does Waylon have your number? Don't worry, just put it in the chat. Just throw it in the chat, Paul's Ego. Yep, invite only. Yep. Invite only commune. What about Monrovia, Liberia? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's second on my list. If Uruguay doesn't work out, then I'm going straight to Liberia for sure. I'm going to become a warlord. That's like really what you got to shoot for if you're going to be over there and live any kind of good lifestyle. You're either a warlord or like a peasant. So I'll go over there and be a warlord. Paul, can I borrow one of your simps? I need my feeties rubbed. Sure. Simps, get to work rubbing those Flower Jane feet now. Oh, simps? Yeah, cool. All right, Rod. Yeah, hit me up on Twitter. Shoot me a DM on the twats, and I'll shoot, and we'll exchange some phone numbers. On it. Ah, thank you. Have you ever played the Tony Hawk remake yet? It's amazing. I want to. I'm probably not going to get it for a while because I kind of went on a tear during the summer sale and bought a bunch of games, and I'd like to try and play those or at least try them before I buy a bunch more games. But I did put it on my wish list. I loved Tony Hawk 1 and 2, so the remake should be pretty good. I actually just watched you in .25x. Was very entertaining. Was it? Can I watch myself in .25x? I want to see what I sound like in .25x. I'm going to do it. We're going deep, dude. We're going deep. Let me see. Can I? Yeah, I can watch my own video. Why couldn't I? Of course I can watch my own video. Of course I can watch my own. Okay, so blah, 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 yakety schmackety, hippity hoppity, flippity flappity, dippity doopity. Video. Of course I can watch my. Okay, so blah blah blah, yakety schmackety. Hippity hoppity. Flippity floppity. Hold up. Okay. Good times. I sound drunk in 0.75, somebody said. The master of the fresh off the ferry Filipino. Not really. You need to be a little slower to sound drunk. Come on, Paul. Plenty has changed. Remember the Rodney King beating? The only thing that's changed is the cops stopped using batons. I'm assuming you meant batons and not buttons. Yeah. Now they just shoot you in the back. See? Talk very fast. I can't really do that like Carnival Barker talking. Fresh off the ferry Filipino. I heard people still die from rickets in Uruguay. Well, you know what? If I go down there and I die of rickets, at least I tried. At least I tried to get out of this fucking tar pit shithole. They're saving time and being more efficient. Yes, yes. American cops need more neon vests. Do they? You don't gotta leave, Rodney. Hang out if you want. You're more than welcome here. You're fucking royalty in here, dude. You're actually more famous than I am on this show. Don't even trip on it, man. I mean, if you got shit to do, we'll talk later, but feel free to hang. You ain't stinking up the joint. Talk at half speed and double play speed to see if it sounds normal. Oh, yeah. That's a good point. Okay. Let's see what I can do. Double play speed to see if it sounds normal. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I just got to like, let's see. I got to do double play speed, right? But now I have to talk at what I feel is half the speed that I normally do. Otherwise, it will sound very strange. Okay, now I should be able to like zoopity zoop and hit play. Okay, now I should be able to like zoopity zoop, hit play. No. I should be like double play speed to see if it sounds more neon vests. Do they? Let's see. Don't even trip on it, man. I mean, double play speed to see if it sounds normal. Oh yeah. Okay. So I just gotta like let's see. I gotta do double play speed, right? But now I have to talk at what I feel is half the speed that I normally do. Otherwise, it will sound very strange. Okay, now I should be able to like zoopity zoop and hit play. Okay, now I should be able to like zoopity zoop, play. No. Double play speed to see if it sounds more neon vests. I broke the matrix. It worked. It kind of worked. Yeah, it kind of worked. Nefer schnazi goslip. Nefer schnazi goslip. The doggies are chirping. We heard Paul on Valium. Now we heard Paul on Coke. Well, now you know. And knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? I don't know. I can't help you with that. I don't know the answer to that. I really don't. Sing the G.I. Joe theme. No. I will be right back. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go refresh my drink, which has got one sip left in it that I've been nursing. One drop at a time. That's no good. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. It's too hot, too hot, too hot, honey. Gotta make some sense out of this mess that we made. Da-na-na-na, too hot, too hot, too hot, too hot. Better run for shelter. You better run for shade. If you got tattoos, what would they be? That's for me to know and for you to never know. You think I'm going to tell you all my tattoo ideas so some fucking creeper can go do it, and then all of a sudden my tattoo idea shows up in my feed like, based on Paul's latest Highdeology, just got this super cool tat. It's like, fuck you. I got my tattoo ideas, and when I get them, I'll show them to you, and then you can be the poser. Paul, what would you say is your strongest form? My strongest form? I only have one form, salty. I guess salty. Hello, Finn. Thank you for the $10. Under usual circumstances, I would return that expression of love. But since we started tonight talking about parasocial relationships, I will just say I have admiration for you as a human being. Don't deny black power. When did I? Pish posh and posh pish. I'm not sure where I'd put a tattoo on me. There's too much hair. That's a shame. I'm glad I'm not a super hairy dude. I know that sounds silly coming from a dude that's literally 80% hair, but most of my hair grows out of my hair or out of my head and face. It's like all the body hair moved there. Maybe I will shave when I move to Uruguay. Nostril tats. Yeah, nostril tats. Free tattoos for life if you ever decide to, bro. Oh, shit. Let me check out your work. Let me check out your work, dude. Because I'm not gonna take a free tattoo from you, but if you're good, I'd rather have somebody that, you know, I know. Let's go to my Instagram here. Been a hot minute since I logged into Instagram. Hey, there you are. Ooh. Dude, this is some good work. Mind if I show some of it to the people? I hope not. Can't imagine you would be. It's like a advertisement for you. Where are you based out of, bro? Longevity and Slippery Rock. What the fuck is that? Man, I'm digging this work. And this is actually like this black line work that you seem to kind of well, I mean, you do a lot of color work too, but a lot of this like black and white work is very in the wheelhouse of what I'm looking for. Pretty stuff, dude. Nice. Just north of Pittsburgh, huh? Well, that would be a trek for me. But, looks like it'd be worth the fucking trip. There's no way I'm getting a tat like this from you and not paying you, though, bro. You can give me a deal or whatever, but you're getting something. This is worth money. Jesus. Oh, damn. I like this. I like this Captain Howdy. Or not Captain Howdy. What's the fucking clown's name from House of a Thousand Corpses? Is it Captain Howdy? No. Captain Howdy's what what's her name? Reagan calls the demon in Exorcist. You want to see? Here, I'll show you. I'll put it up on the screen for a sec here for you guys. You can scroll through some of the work. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Let's start at the top. Let me take a look at some of these. I think that they are very pretty. Beautiful line work. I like this one. I like this one a lot. Got a more cartoony design here. Oh, is this Steven Universe? It must be. Or something like that. Got like a mandala here, kind of esque. A lotus mandala or whatever they call it. Very pretty. It's more than decent where I come from, dude. These are some dope ink. I like it. I like it. Oh shit, check out this fucking white rabbit. Yes. Dude. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yes, yes, yes. So, yeah, everybody go, you know, if you're in the Pittsburgh area, you need some ink. There's his fucking Instagram right there. Zach Zanone tattoo. Am I saying that right? Zach Zanone. Dope shit, dude. Dope shit. Maybe I'll hit you up. I'm gonna give you that follow on Instagram so I can find you again. When it becomes safe to travel again, I might make a little, trip up. Schedule something with you. That'd be cool. Get a Gormjorb tattoo on your forehead. Zach the German. We checked out some Uruguayan babes earlier. You can rewind the stream and check them out if you want. We're not going to do it again. Suffice it to say, they're smoking. They're smoking hot. But yeah, I want to get pretty tatted up. I want to get my hands, forearms. I want to do at least one full sleeve probably here on my right arm since I've got a start on it. But it would have to, like, you'd have to look at my tat and see what you can do with it. I don't necessarily want it covered up, but it needs to be cleaned up and, like, integrated. You know what I mean? Because I've got a tat on my right upper shoulder or upper arm here that I would like turned into a full sleeve. I want to get my hands tatted up and shit. No reason for me not to, especially now in these days. Like back in my day, getting a tattoo that was like below the shirt line was considered to be like a huge no-no, but nowadays nobody gives a fuck. Thank goodness. So I can get all tatted. Get a tramp stamp. If I wasn't so hairy, I'd consider getting like neck tats and shit. But what would be the point? You know, who would ever see it? Get a tattoo that says "What's your favorite" on one arm and "Shut the fuck up" on the other. Yeah, that'd be a worthy tattoo for me. I'm just kidding. I'd never get that tattoo. Yeah, I want to get a little butterfly on my ankle. Get a Dinor tattoo? I just might, actually. That's one of my thoughts. Getting a nice Dinor portrait done. Tramp stamp? Yeah, tribal. Tribal tramp stamp. Had a lot of pain in my life, and I pray to God to take it all away. I got family doing life and never see the sun again and pray it all away. We all away. A segmento tattoo. Yes. Maybe I'll just get a little mushroom cloud in the middle of my forehead. You know how like it's kind of popular with some like SoundCloud-esque trap rappers to get like a little cross or something, you know, right in the middle of their forehead or some little symbol there. Maybe I'll just get like a mushroom cloud. Get TJ's full name on my butt. Yeah, in like real romantic looking cursive with hearts coming off of it. Why Robespierre and the Argentina flag? This is actually the Uruguayan flag, and it's because I'm a person of I'm a diametrically opposed person. I'm opposed to my own ideology. I'm opposed to my own way of thinking. I stand in direct contradiction to myself. No regrets. What does Robespierre and Uruguay flag have to do with that? That's for me to know and for you to find out, my friend. You seem like you're in a good mood tonight, Paul. Goes to show you what a good actor I am, huh? No, I'm in a pretty decent mood. My mood doesn't really get super elevated, you know what I mean? But just feeling like mellow is pretty much my good mood. So yeah, I'm pretty mellow tonight. Feeling pretty good. I'm feeling okay. The country that you keep shilling for is the one that's the S-hole. Okay. Tell me more. Keep paying me your Canadian dollars to tell me more. I don't think I quite got it yet. I don't think I quite got it yet. When someone in your nation is murdered by a police officer, you don't move to a third world dump. You protest and defend your human rights as a citizen. If you think it's because some people have been killed by police officers that I'm leaving this country, you're fucking stupider than the amount of money that you've given me to try and troll tonight belies. But by all means, keep on arguing. Dude, hey, Trey, literally, don't call them dumb as fuck super chats, okay? These are incredibly intelligent super chats that are worthy of my time. If all these other Western countries are so concerned about how things go here, little help, guys, maybe? No? Okay, then quiet. Yeah, seriously. Are you leaving because of the steaks and lobsters? That's why I'm going, yes. I'm going for the steak and the lobster. What about the droid attack on the Wookiees? What about it? In my defense, Uruguay and Argentina flag have the same kind of sun with a face on them. Yes. In your defense, that is true, but in your prosecution, you were still wrong. I mean, you know, close counts and horseshoes and hand grenades, my friend. Unfortunately. Like when it comes down to it, like if Alex Trebek asked you, the country that this flag represents, you know, whatever. and you said, what is Argentina? You'd be, beep, beep, beep. Oh, sorry. Nope, that's wrong. You're going to lose $2,000. You had the lead. Anyone else? What is Uruguay? That's correct. Take you with me? No. If you want out, get out on your own. If you think for a second I'm helping anybody fucking hit the eject button on this place other than myself, you're wrong. If I move, it'll be on by the sweat of my brow. Pull yourself up from the bootstrap and head to Uruguay. There you go. There you go, buddy. What about the girlfriend? Yeah. She go with me. Where she go, I go. The animals too. No joke, though. Are you actually thinking of moving? Yes. You think I've been fucking around here for like an hour and 45 minutes talking about Uruguay to troll you? I mean, I'm a troll, but I'm not that good. I'm not that dedicated, okay? Yes, I'm actually considering moving. I don't know that I will. I don't have a timetable. But yes, I'm actually considering leaving the United States. It is actually not that hard to leave the United States. It's pretty common. Bridge troll, maybe. You know that's where troll comes from, right? You dumb fuck. The 3 billy goats gruff. Huh? Oh, I did? Sorry. There you go, baby. Is your girlfriend down with all this? Yes. Yes. Yes, she is. Would you keep doing the show if you moved? Absolutely. It's wild. I was the first person to tell you to play GeoGuessr that stream, and now you're potentially going to move. Hey, man, power to you. Look at you, man. Look at you. I come back to Paul calling someone a dumb fuck. Yes, that's pretty. It happens pretty often. It's a relatively regular occurrence around these here parts. A lot of dumb fucks around. Lot of dumb fucks around, if you know what I mean. Move to Finland? No. You move to Finland. Comes a time when a man must leave the shitty country they grew up in. Yes. Traveling abroad broadens the mind. What do you think about that? Can you have my underwear when I leave? No, I'm taking that with me. Why wouldn't I take my underwear? It doesn't make any sense. Too cold in Finland. Fuck cold. I ain't moving to Winnipeg neither. Fuck Canada. Dude, the bar for entry into Canada is so hilariously high for what a shit fuck country it is. Fuck Canada. Right here adjacent to the United States. Sucking on the tea to the United States. Fuck Canada. I'm out. I consider Canada just another territory of the United States. Biden makes America great again while Paul is awash in a hurricane. I mean, I'm not exactly out of the firing line of hurricanes where I'm at now, or are you not aware where I live? I mean, I bet China would be a pretty cool place to live, honestly. No joke. It'd be a a different culture and shit, but I'm sure that there's some kind of fucking alternate universe where I'm living in China and doing pretty fine. Do they have pumas in Uruguay? I don't know, dude. Do they? Do they? You're actually thinking about moving to China with your girlfriend? Good on you. Best of luck. Aren't Chinese people very antisocial? Yes, my type of people. No, I'd have to deal with their bullshit out in public. Live with me, Paul. I will nurse you. No. No.
Please clap.
I shan't. I'd want to go to Australia if it wasn't for every animal there wanting to kill you. Yeah, that and I don't know. Australia, nah. Sorry. Not my cup of tea. Had a college classmate, listen to me, had a college classmate who said China was way better. Maybe it is. You ever think about that? You ever look at a futuristic Chinese city and go like, I wonder if it's actually kind of cool to live there. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know. It's all a facade. But here in America, it's not, though. It's real here. No facades here in the United States of America. No bullshit self-delusion going on in this country. No sirree, Bob. Montevideo. What about TJ and Scotty? What about them? What's this in reference to? What about them? Chinese are buying an eerie amount of land in my home state of Utah. They're buying an eerie amount of land in every state. They're buying an eerie amount of land in every corner of the globe. The Chinese are positioned. Do you think they would go to Uruguay? Probably not, no. Clap my cheeks, please. Oh, salty one. There you go, buddy. Oh, tell me you don't believe that shit about China taking over the world. I wish I could take dumb fucks like you and stick you in a time machine and send you to the fucking Chinese dystopia 200 years from now. And then threaten to leave you there unless you admitted that you were a dumb fuck. I'd be like, all right, you can get back in the fucking phone booth and come back through the Bill and Ted time warp with me as long as you admit right here on camera what a dumb fuck you are. All right, everybody, this is the dumb fuck that made the comment about how China isn't ascendant. And here we are 200 years in the future, standing in what used to be his hometown. What is this place called now? Xinjiang. And what are you? A dumb fuck who doesn't know anything about anything. All right, you can get in now, dumb fuck. There he goes. There he goes. Look at the dumb fuck coming back to your timeline. Man, that would be great, but unfortunately you can't do it. So dumb fucks just like, they make dumb fuck comments and then they think like, ooh, yeah, it doubles down their dumb fuckery. They're like, yeah, that dumb fuck comment was great. What if you went forward and there just weren't any people? Even better. I just leave his ass there and then nobody would ever know what happened to him and nobody would ever know I was wrong. We show up and he's like, ha ha, I told you so. And I'm like, boop, boop, boop. He's like, wait. What do I do? He was wrong. He was wrong. And then I just come back and I'm like, dude couldn't handle it, man. He saw the Chinese dystopia and he killed himself. I don't know what to tell you, man. It's horrible. Paul, take an IQ test on live stream with TJ and show us your advanced intelligence. Buddy, if you think IQ is a good base measure of general human intelligence, you're fucking stupid. And then he gathers a bunch of books to pass time forever, but drops his glasses. Yeah, and they break, and now he can't read. And he's like, God damn it. I will figure out a way to get back to the past. I swear to you, Paul Zigo. I will show up in your chats. I will let everyone know that you are wrong. But wait, are you like, what is it? What is what the Shut up. Yes, I'm going to learn Spanish. If I move to a Spanish-speaking country, I'm going to do my best to learn conversational Spanish. I have a little bit of a head start. I grew up in a Spanish-speaking area, and I took 2 years in high school. Yes, I'll probably get a little better at Spanish as time goes. IQ tests only tell you how good you are at taking IQ tests. That's pretty much true. There are 8 forms of intelligence, and IQ only covers 2 of them. Yes, I know. I'm aware. That's why I called the person that called for an IQ test a dumb fuck. Are you going to pay for a teacher? Why would I? Rosetta Stone. It's Weeaboo Jones. Rosetta Stone. Any Franco fans? Learned a lot of Spanish in federal prison. I bet you did. Like, give me some chong chong. Did you learn that one in there? Yeah, girlfriend's got 3 years of Latin. I got 2 years of Spanish. We're gooch. We're Gucci. Ready to go. Yes. Yes. Oh no. It's Weeaboo Jones. Rosetta Stone. I read the manga. Frank Joji, actually. I know he does. I like Joji's music, and I like Papa Frank. He's one of my favorite guys, dude. He's the only dude, I think, in the world that could pull off being Filthy Frank and then being a mainstream pop artist and not being canceled in the process. He pulled it off. You gotta love him. You don't have to move to another country just because of the tough times we're currently facing here. There are many countries on this earth that used to suck but don't anymore. That's true. And hey, maybe the United States of America will be one of those places. But if I have it my way, I won't be here to see it happen, nor will I help carry the water for it while it sucks any longer. How's that? And then 200 years in the future, if they manage to extend human life like that, you can come track me down in the wasteland that used to be Uruguay and tell me I told you so. But until then, I'm going to do what I want. Like Uruguay, which used to suck. Yeah. Like Uruguay, that used to suck. I will never forget Onision's pronunciation of the word sepsis. Yeah, he was like, Shiloh has sepsis, or had sepsis. And, you know, sepsis is very, when has the U.S. ever not sucked? There was that time when we were... No. What about no, not that either. Shit. Never. Early 90s grunge era. Dude, the music was great, but America fucking sucked. That's why the music was great, by the way. Because America fucking sucked. Sepsis. Uruguay used to suck. You made it still sucks. You got me. What about the 50s? Don't count black people. Yeah. Don't count minorities, but what about this era? And it's like, that don't work, buddy. Paul, you didn't like listening to H.W. Bush during the early 90s? No, I didn't. Life is struggle, Paul. Yeah, so is moving to another country. Life will be a struggle over in Uruguay, too. Have you ever seen Kyle Dunnigan's videos? He does a really good Bill Maher impression. I've heard of Kyle Dunnigan, but I've never seen his Bill Maher and don't really care to. I can't imagine spending the time it took to develop a Bill Maher fucking impression, because you'd have to sit and listen to fucking Bill Maher all the time. And I can barely stand to look at Bill Maher, much less hear him. No, the USA isn't a first world country. Have you seen our infrastructure? It's worse than Earth and Wall-E. Yeah, it kind of is, but that's okay. Set that aside. It's fine. Nowhere is better than here. Wherever you go, there you are. That's what my drama teacher wrote in my senior yearbook. She wrote, "Remember, Paul, wherever you go, there you are." I think she was telling me to move to Uruguay back then. I think she was telling me to move to Uruguay. That's what I think. Aren't U.S. citizens not allowed in most countries at the moment? Well, yeah. I'm not moving tomorrow. There are a lot of travel restrictions, yes. Paul, have you ever tried man pussy? No, I've not. What's it like? Give me the lowdown on the down low. You know what I mean? Your whole life has been constructed by outside forces just to have you one day move to Uruguay. Yeah. Isn't that great? Would you vote in Uruguay? Absolutely. Why wouldn't I? Got a government that's like actually responsive to the needs of the people, actually provides them a basic standard of living, a social safety net, healthcare, sane drug laws. Yeah, why wouldn't I vote there? As an outsider, it baffles me that the U.S. is actively regressing itself into an earlier form of the Wild West. I don't know if I go that far, but it is a little baffling. Do they let foreigners vote there? No. I doubt they do. I would have to be a citizen, which means I would have to renounce my U.S. citizenship. And trans rights as well, yes. Maybe I could sell feet pics. I hear those are all the rage. Yeah. There you go. Start a foot empire. Do you know what party you would vote for? No idea. Have not looked into the political landscape of Uruguay too heavily. Like I said, this is not somewhere I'm moving tomorrow or even, definitely moving ever. But just illegally sneak into Uruguay. Everyone there is illegal anyway, I'm pretty sure. I get it, because they're from south of North America. So they must be illegals. Why Uruguay? Legal weed for 20 years. National health system. LGBTQ rights, including gay marriage and gay adoption. Trans rights. Trans people fully recognized. Trans people allowed to serve in the military. Gay people allowed to serve in the military. Reasonable median income. Did I mention social safety net? If I didn't, social safety net. What turned you on to Uruguay? I can't remember. I think it was here in the stream. I think somebody in the chat was like, Paul, if you're looking to move out of the United States, check out Uruguay. And I was like, pfft. And then I started to, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Hold the phone. Oh, yeah, the capybara money. That's right. That's true. We were looking at different monies, and my girlfriend and I are kind of obsessed with capybaras. That's another reason we want to move to Uruguay. But yeah, Uruguay has capybaras on their coins and bills. Need I say more? That's what it was. I jokingly said when I saw Uruguayan currency, I need to live there. And then I actually looked into it, and I thought, oh, shit, I actually do need to live there. Uruguay only has a conservative president because he said he wouldn't repeal weed or gay marriage. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what the fucking political situation is down there. Only 3.5 million. There's 30 million people in Uruguay, not 3.5. It's about a tenth the population of the United States, give or take. Large portion of Uruguayans are against weed legalization. It's been legal for 20 years. Wait, the conservatives in Uruguay promised to protect legal weed and gay rights? That's kind of what I got from the comment, but I don't think that the person that made the comment has a fucking clue what they're talking about. Wrong. 3.15 million. Okay, John Zapper. The population of Uruguay. Oh shit, it is 3 million. Even better. Less people? Fuck. I added a 0. Thanks for the correction. Even less people? 3,475,000 people as of September 4th, 2020. Uruguay's population is estimated at 3,473,730 people at mid-year, according to UN data. 96.1% of the population is urban. Median age in Uruguay is 35.8 years. Well, well, well. I stand corrected. God, that's even better. John Zapper literally is if actually was a person. Yeah, this time he was right, though. You got to give him props for that. He was right. I was wrong. I misread these population numbers when I took a look at them. There are only 3 million people there. That's fucking awesome. Watch the week after Paul moves there, Brazil goes full fascist and annexes it. That'd be fucking hilarious. I gotta be honest with you. That would be fucking hilarious. Uruguay is part of the One Laptop Per Child project. In 2009, became the first country in the world to provide a laptop to every primary school student. Oh, shit. Sounds like a shithole to me. That's some Paul luck right there. That's that good old Parky luck, if ever I did see it. If it wasn't for bad luck, I wouldn't have no luck at all. Where in Uruguay, city or country? Probably Montevideo. Or a suburb. Real Americans rant about their country, but wouldn't want to live anywhere else? Lol. 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 Actually, Paul Zigo. Actually. No, thank you, baby. I'm good. Uruguay is also very secular, apparently. It's more secular than the United States is, but it still has it has comparable religiosity to the United States, I thought. If I remember correctly when I looked into it, per capita. Paul, I've got a 7-hour flight tomorrow. How do you deal with claustrophobia on planes? I don't really get claustrophobic on planes, so I don't have any tips. I mean, I feel like packed in like a sardine, but I'm not like, oh God, I gotta get out. I'm in a coffin. I'm not having that kind of shit. It just sucks because you're basically sitting in somebody else's lap. Ever look up Uruguay's gang activity? No. I've seen some crime statistics that are not altogether too promising, but I mean, how's that different from fucking New Orleans? I live in one of the deadliest cities in the United States. You know, if anything, it'll be a lateral move. Every time I doze off on a plane, I dream that I'm falling out of it. Cool. Cool. Is TJ becoming fuscular? I don't think so, but you could ask him. I haven't noticed an uptick in his fuscularity, but maybe there has been one. I have tried Kratom. I actually like Kratom. It helps me a lot. But I don't take it all that often. I haven't had it in over a year. I should probably order some Kratom. Keeping some Kratom around sounds like a good idea to me. At least you're in a good area. North Shore has a lot of bougie white people. Yeah, that's true. That is true. What about moving to a northern state like Washington or Colorado? Maybe. I mean, I wouldn't rule it out. It's possible. What is Kratom like? Very mellow. It's not like a super like, whoa, I'm fucking super high. But if you take a decent dose, it's a very mellowing, kind of calming feeling for me. I've heard other people have different experiences on it. I happen to be a person that reacts pretty positively to Kratom, so. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, buddy. Whoa. Webcam. There we go. There we go. Anyway, I think I'm probably going to go ahead and end the stream now. We've been yammering on here for over 2 fucking hours. I'm starting to get... Look at me. Not like... I'm not sweaty yet, but I can feel like there's like a sheen that might turn into sweat. I don't like it. I'm not sweaty, but I'm a little oily. I don't like it. I don't like it. Thanks for joining me tonight, everybody that did. Thanks for your participation. Thanks to everybody who donated, even the trolls. I love you all. I'm just kidding. I don't really love you. It's been real. It's been fun, but it hasn't been real fun. It never is. Till next time, peace.